associate just asked this question: what is the possibility of prenups in the system right now? Well, what I look at it is, as we have done actually what I call quasi prenups for a bunch of our clients, and maybe it is testament to our good work, or maybe it's something else, that none of these clients have ever come back to us and said, we need to now test out your quasi prenups in a court of law. Perhaps their marriage work, perhaps the wife understands that I have made several declarations in this document, which if I'm now going into court, I might not even get a lot of benefit, if not for this document. So I say there is a lot of benefit of executing what we call a quasi prenup. Now, what is a proper prenup? How is this different from what I call as a quasi prenup? A prenup, in fact, if you think about it, I've researched a lot on this, on laws all over the world with NRI clients all over the world, and whatever I have understood from them and through their lawyers that I've had con calls with, prenups is a little bit of a mirage. It's a little bit of an idealistic concept which does not really exist in truth, because there is always the law of the land, whichever the land there is, where they say this clause, that clause will not be, interpreted in exactly these ways, and therefore there is always a lot of scope for things to wiggle around. And so I say, we try the best that we can. And will a court of law not look at the conduct of the parties, the intention of the parties while entering into an agreement? Now, yes, the literature, everywhere in this country, because there were maybe one or two occasions where court said we are not going to look at a prenup. Fine. One or two judgments said, agreement in restraint. Agreement which bypasses any law of the land. Fine. Is a mutual consent settlement divorce not also an agreement which bypasses law of maintenance, for example? That is there. But until that time, the lawyers have had their fair share of legal fees, the cops have taken their fair share of bribes. Now we are allowed to execute a compromise settlement. Even in these situations, at least according to my understanding, these documentations regarding the intention of the parties while entering into marriage is something which is going to be very beneficial for both spouses, because on a number of occasions we've had wives put in clauses such as, whatever, I will not be prohibited from working, I will not be pressurized into having children, etc. These are things which helps the wives as well, but a lot of extent helps husbands tremendously when dealing with the possibility of false cases in the future. So prenup / quasi prenup / documents executing intention of the parties while getting married, let's go.